What does Superman do during his final days? Find out as we discuss All-Star Superman. Welcome to the Oblivion Bar, a safe haven for all DC comic fans. I'm your host, Khalil Hill, and with it being so overdue, we are finally going to cover Superman in All-Star Superman, written by Grant Morrison, with art by Frank Quitely. So guys, what were your favorite panels in the book, Joe?
Okay, so my favorite panel is actually technically one of my least favorite panels. Favorite because I couldn't stop looking at it because I was like, what is happening? Lex Luthor's broken ass legs, man. He's standing up there in front of the court. He's got some broken ass legs. They've got this curve to him and it's not normal. I don't care. You look at somebody's shin, calf region. There's lines involved that don't bend like that.
They're just really baggy pants.
No, even baggy pants don't make that curve if you got a normal leg.
Sorry for people out there with curved legs.
Broken legs.
What was some of your favorite art?
So I'm a big Frank Quitely fan. I have one of his art books in my bathroom as some light reading. But
Help pass the time?
yeah, of course. But actually, my favorite panel from this one, it might be my computer background. It's just Superman and Krypto on the moon looking out at the Earth. I think it's just beautiful.
Definitely gonna give that. That one was beautiful.
Yeah.
I just had to bring out the negative, but the rest of it I did like.
What about you, Robbie?
So my favorite panel was the very last one of the issues that we went through, and it's the grave of Clark Kent's father, and he's sitting there, and he's still in a super suit, and you have that nice like golden rose that's sitting there as well, and it's just, I mean, if you couldn't tell from Aquaman video, I'm sucker for sentimental panels and things like that, and I thought it was just a powerful panel.
Yeah. My favorite art would have to be when Superman 1 million pops on the scene in issue 6. I like Superman, but I am a huge fan of Superman 1 million. We need to record an episode on that. You can expect that in the future, but
Maybe for our millionth episode.
For our millionth episode. Hopefully we get to 1 million subscribers before we get to 1 million episodes. But yeah.
Yeah, 1 million episodes take a while.
Yeah. But yeah, that would have to be my favorite piece of art. But you know what? It's summer, and on a hot day, you need a cold beverage. And Joe, our beer guru, I want to know what you brought for us to drink tonight.
Okay, I brought something that actually also goes with summer. S'mores. It's done by Country Boy and West Six. They are two flagship staple breweries in the state of Kentucky. Go anywhere in Kentucky, you're probably going to be able to get their beer. They came together for Lexington Craft Brew Week, and they made this s'mores beer, which tastes like chocolate, followed by vanilla, and then a hint of graham. I will say I've had it in a can and on tap. It definitely tastes better on tap, and you get that graham more. I don't get as much in the can. It also has a 10% ABV, so it's a pretty strong Imperial Stout.
Yeah, I think for sure the strength comes out immediately of the Imperial Stout, and you get the immediate like strong chocolate flavors, and then followed by that marshmallowy. And you're right, I really wish I would taste more of the graham cracker in it, and I totally believe you in saying, like, when you say it's more there on tap. But one thing I really liked about this was right after you get the chocolate, you get kind of like a little bit of a burnt flavor almost right before the marshmallow hits, and it makes it like a toasted marshmallow. And I think that's like really cool how they did that. And yeah, overall solid beer. Wish I could find more of it, but yeah.
One and done. One and done.
Yeah, it's impressive to say the least. When you said it was a s'mores beer, I was like, yeah, okay, a s'mores beer.
Yeah, like,
and then I tasted it, I was like, yeah, okay, a s'mores beer. Yeah, it's impressive. I'm gonna have to give it 8 out of 10 Supermen.
8 out of 10 Superman. I think I'm also going to have to go with 8 out of 10 Kryptos.
Okay.
So many puppies.
I love puppies. It's a good beer. I was really impressed. It's better on tap than in the can.
So, yeah, I mean, I hate to agree with everyone across the board, but and also I was totally gonna use Krypto. But that's okay. I'll go with 8 out of 10. Oh, man, what's a good obscure thing?
Kryptonite.
We'll go with 8 out of 10 Doomsdays.
Dang, that's a nice beer.
It's pretty good.
All right, so getting back to the story, we are introduced to, obviously a lot about Superman and his mythos. But tell me, what do you guys think of Superman in this book?
Oh, baby. Okay. Well, I like the Superman. He's not my favorite Superman. I like when they try to make Superman a little more down to earth, a little more human. And this Superman kind of does the opposite of that. This is all about building Superman up to literally the best he can be. He's the strongest he's ever been. He has more powers than he's ever had. And he's going to do these 12 never before done feats that are going to be incredibly cool to watch before he dies. And it's like, this is the epitome of Superman. This is him at his peak. And I appreciate that. It's just not my favorite take on the character.
Yeah, I thought it was cool that Morrison integrated the idea of these 12 feats, just like the 12 labors of Hercules, which I thought was awesome. But I appreciate the Superman a lot because I like how they showed the legacy of him. I mean, in this book, you get, you see a lot about his past, you see what he's currently doing, but they go a lot into the future when they introduce the Superman Squad, and it shows that Superman is timeless. He's always going to be, not just in the comic books, but in culture. Like, he is the first comic book superhero. Your grandparents and great-grandparents know who it is, even if they never even opened up a comic book before. I thought that was awesome.
I really like how they differentiated so much between Clark Kent and Superman. I think that was probably one of my more favorite parts about Superman, was that they almost just exaggerated the differences in how he pretends between the two. You got Superman who's doing everything, getting more powers, more strength, all this stuff. And then you got super clumsy, klutzy Clark Kent.
Yes.
And that, I was laughing a couple of times at that one. I thought it was really funny.
Yeah, I'm going to have to just piggyback right on that, to be honest, because I honestly didn't realize that there was such a significant difference, in how the characters played out. I always thought just like how people are stupid, how they do not realize that Superman is Clark Kent, because they look the exact same apart from the glasses, but he just does such a good job Superman does such a good job of playing the character of Clark Kent and being so ridiculously clumsy and like saving people while he's doing it, funnily enough. The very, very first issue, he like bumps into that guy on the street when he's walking with Lois and saves him from that falling object, and you see it in like the Lex Luthor one a couple different times, and I definitely thought that was one of my favorite parts.
It's really funny.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I mean, piggybacking off of that, when he is with Lex Luthor, I loved how, he was constantly even saving Lex. So let's just go right into that. Lex Luthor, what do you think of his character in this book? Joe?
So, Lex Luthor is kind of I like his character, but at the same time, he's a little weird to me, usually. In this book, I really thought it was funny, because again, they go for the exaggerations in this book, and they just really brought out how his pride and everything like that. And he just cannot, he's so obsessed with Superman, but he cannot figure out who this guy is.
Yeah.
And I just think they just showed it so well, and it was just really comical to me.
Yeah, this might be my favorite Lex Luthor I've ever read, though.
Okay.
Because he's just he's very smart, and you can tell, but he's so obsessed with Superman that it's just blinding him to some of the most obvious things. Like, he doesn't care that he's imprisoned. He doesn't care that he has basically he might go to the chair. What's important to him is just that he's killed Superman. He's done it, and he doesn't even realize Superman's right in front of him.
No, that's the part I love about this is because, like, Lex Luthor, he has gotten to this point where he's like, I've accomplished what I've wanted to accomplish. My life's work is to end Superman. And he's like, Superman's gonna die. I don't care if I die, but I'm taking this punk with me. And he is just being interviewed by Clark the entire time and just being such a prideful, egotistical, like, jerk, but in the best of ways, in my opinion. I was like, man, if I ever do go to death row, I'll have that kind of confidence.
That at least I did what I was supposed to do before I went. Yeah.
At least I made my mama proud.
I mean, y'all pretty much covered everything already. Like the pride, the obsession, the intelligence, and I think it's obviously very comical. He's so proud of what he's done, so incredibly proud, and I think there's a lot, like, apart from that, a lot of comic relief with, like, the eyebrow thing that if y'all remember. One of his eyebrows falls off, and what's her face like is like, hey,
Miss Nasty.
Yeah, Miss Nasty.
Miss Nasty. He like fleeks out his eyebrow real quick.
Yeah, does like a little cough to try and like make sure
He's like,
and it's
hey.
it's just.
Oh man! But speaking of Miss Nasty, we've talked about Superman and Lex, but we were introduced to a lot of different characters. So who was your favorite supporting character in this book? Mine is gonna go out to Miss Nasty because she won the favor of Lex Luthor, a billionaire. Like, and she's just chilling in this underground escape route that Lex isn't using to escape. He could escape at any time, but he's so dang proud.
Which I still want to go back to his character with that underground, like, what?
Also, can I just mention, I messaged these guys when I was reading it, but her name isn't even Nasty, but I was reading it panel for panel on the DC Universe app. You should subscribe if you haven't yet. But anyway, her name was like Miss Nastachula or something. I don't know, but I was like, I'm just gonna call you Nasty. And then the next panel is like, my name's Nasty. Just had to say that. Love that character.
From a very close by panel, I have to go with Leopold, the baboon. Oddly dressed like Superman. Not sure why he's even there.
And he had gloves on his feet, which are technically his hands too, but I noticed that and I thought that was funny. What about yourself, Robbie?
I'll have to go with Krypto, the classic wonder dog.
Yeah.
Love me some Krypto.
I would say, and I mean, it's just maybe because I love dogs so much, And Krypto comes in during the very last issue and saves Superman very briefly. He's like I can't remember which specific Superman was like holding him back.
It's like the Superman from the year 85,500.
Like way in the future, he's like, I'm bigger, I'm stronger, I'm faster, I'm smarter, all this stuff, and Superman's like, yeah, but you don't have a dog. So
And Krypto just went,
just comes in, swoops in, knocks him on his ass. I appreciated that.
Oh yeah. Oh man, definitely. Okay, so this book is all about the coming death of Superman. Do you think the death is going to happen? I think he lives. I think he lives. Nothing makes me feel like he's really gonna die.
I mean, we know Superman dies eventually, but I mean, if this is supposed to be the encapsulation of like the whole Superman mythos in one, set of comic books, then I think it would make sense that he dies at the end.
at the same time, doesn't he come back to life at some point?
I mean,
It's comic books.
yeah, they bring back anyone they want whenever
Well,
they
so I was
want.
going to say, I mean, like, technically he could do both. He could die and come back to life and still live in the end, and we're all right.
Well, before we get too carried away, you guys should definitely go out, find this book, read it yourselves, tell us what you think. And in the meantime, make sure that you hit that like button so you can show us some love here because we like making videos for you. And if you want to know what we're doing on our show and when we're posting episodes, make sure you hit that subscribe button and click the bell so you can always know when those are coming out. Also, we are on social media like Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Oblivion. question of the week. What is your favorite Superman story? Make sure you leave your answers in the comments below, and we will catch you guys next time at the Oblivion Bar.
A large fresh orange juice, please.